Skinny girls weak, them hoes don't compare. Junk in the trunk looking like 2 pairs. Woo, got me hotter than a sauna. Ass so fat, make me wanna thank your mama. Ass so fat, I think I need a lap dance. Ass so fat, about to pop out of them pants.
So you guys, I'm starting off with some chicken that is nice and clean. I cleaned it. I just spent about 30 or 40 minutes cleaning all this chicken. This is a big roasting pan full of chicken. If you don't clean your chicken, I don't want to eat your food. I'm sorry. I know it's like preference and some people don't clean their chicken, but I do. Do you see these drumsticks? Nice and clean. Do you see these chicken wings? You see how clean these chicken wings are? Do you see these chicken wings? Do you see how clean these chicken wings are? But anyway, by now, if you're cooking, you should know how to clean your chicken. If you don't know how to properly clean your chicken, let me know and I'll do a video on how to properly clean some chicken. So in here, I have some wings, thighs, drumsticks, and we're going to get to season all this chicken. We're going to get to seasoning all this chicken. It might look like a lot of chicken in here, but the method I'm about to show you, as long as you control your liquid, you can pretty much do this much, like as the maximum amount of chicken. And like, this is a roasting pan. You don't want to do more than this. This is like the maximum amount you want to do. The method I'm about to show you, you're going to see how you're able to do it this way. I think I make some of the best roasted chicken. I don't like the like soft, soggy skin baked chicken kind of thing. I like to render all that fat out the skin, and I love my baked chicken. I know people that do not eat baked chicken, roasted chicken, but they love my chicken. You know, especially my man. My man loves fried chicken, but he will eat this. He loves it. But anyway, let's get to seasoning this chicken. Y'all know I talk too much. Y'all see all this chicken? This is about, I would say this is about 10 pounds of chicken, if not more. This might be more. This might be like 15 pounds of chicken that I have here clean. After you clean the chicken, take all that fat and scum and all that stuff out, you'll see the amount of your chicken is definitely decreased. But yeah, let's get to seasoning. So the first thing you want to do is you want to add a little bit of liquid. Do not put water in your roasted chicken. You want to put a flavored liquid in your chicken in order to make the seasoning stick throughout. So what I'm using is mojo Creole. This is how it looks. This is a marinade that has sour orange, garlic, onion, cilantro, different seasoning. You see all that seasoning in there? This is the wet part of my marinade, what I'm using. No MSG, made with real fruit juice. It's good stuff. Look for this. This one is made by Babyyy, but you can get the one from Goya, mojo Creole. There's quite a few different ones that you can try that basically have the same ingredients. So I'm going to put some of this in here. That's how it looks. I'm using this whole bottle. This was a 10-ounce bottle, but this is about 15 pounds of chicken. So I just used this whole bottle in here. See that? Focus. All right, there you go. So I have the whole bottle of this mojo Creole in here. As you can see, that marinade is super flavorful. Like, you can see bits of garlic, you can see bits of the oregano and the little like orange peel, and you can see pepper, and you know, you can see all that in there already. So you're already starting off with a bunch of flavor already. So that's the first step. Next, I will be using some adobo with pepper from Babyyy too. Do not come for me and saying I'm using a lot of seasoning. This is a lot of chicken. So if you don't season your meat like I do, your meat is not flavored enough. I cook for a living. I know exactly how much seasoning to put on my stuff. So listen, it may look like a lot to you, but with all the liquid being rendered and all these steps we're about to do, is going to be perfect. So right now we're going to put some adobo. You hear people outside, y'all? You know I live in the hood. BK all day. Okay, so that's the adobo. Next, we're going to put some sazon completo. This sazon completo is kind of like adobo, but the grated, it's more coarse ground. The grind of this. Do you say grind or ground? The texture of this is more coarse. So this has like a lot of garlic and stuff too. As you can see, you see how it's totally different. This has parsley in it as well. So, do you see that? It's more of a coarser seasoning. So, we're putting some of this sazon completo. This may look like a lot on top, but of course, we're going to mix this throughout this whole... Do you see how deep this meat tray is? We're going to mix the seasoning throughout this whole thing. So, it may look like a lot, but there's a lot of chicken in here. So, we're going to mix it up. It's going to be good. Just trust me, it's gonna be good. So that's the sazon completo. Next, we're going to add some garlic powder. This is just some garlic powder, you know. This is the garlic powder. I know I said that already, right? I got a problem freaking repeating myself. But anyway, garlic powder. Now some ground black pepper. I love black pepper. Some Spanish smoked paprika. 2 packets of Goya sazon. This is a lot of chicken, so you may only need half a packet depending on how much you're using. I need 2 whole packets because this is a lot of chicken. So we're going to throw that there on top. That is the Goya sazon. I like the one con azafran. That's the one I use. Or I use the one with achiote. But I use just one of the 2. So that's the sazon. Next, I'm using some dehydrated minced onion. I like to use this because this is like less likely to burn with the liquid that's inside. So I like to use just a little bit. Just that much. Next, I'm using this salt-free seasoning. This is pretty much a seasoning blend of all kind of like coarse ground herbs. Like, do you see how it looks? This has garlic, minced onion, orange peel, black pepper, citric acid, which is going to give it a little sour taste, crushed red pepper, parsley flakes, and lemon oil. So, do you see that? This is totally salt-free. I'm going to put a little bit of this too. Well, not a little bit. I'm going to put enough. When you're making a big batch, it's never a little bit. So that's the salt-free seasoning. This looks like a lot. Look at all that seasoning, y'all. But this is going to be... Well, I just got some seasoning dust. Whoa. Don't worry. I'm coughing away from the food. I know hygiene. I got my food handlers. I got all that. Trust me, my food is safe. Anyway, so that's the salt-free seasoning. Next, I'm adding a little bit of, well, why do I keep saying a little bit when I'm making such a big batch? Next, I'm going to add some dried cilantro. Okay. And lastly, for now, I'm going to add some coarse parsley flakes. Of course, I'm going to add more garlic and all that, but I'm going to add that like closer to when the chicken is cooked because you don't want the garlic to get bitter. So this is the seasoning blend right here. So right now, I'm going to mix this all up and make sure every piece of chicken is totally coated with seasoning and flavorful. Okay, you guys, so this is mixed thoroughly, seasoned throughout. No matter where I pull a piece of chicken from, it's going to all look the same and perfectly seasoned. Please take your time and just make sure you massage the seasoning into every piece of chicken. Make sure it's seasoned throughout. Do you see that down there? That is that flavor down there. Like the sauce this chicken is going to make is going to be outrageous. So, Next, what we're going to do is we're going to put this into a super hot oven. My oven right now is at about 380 degrees. We're going to put this in the oven uncovered. You do not want to put a top on this because the top is going to create and trap steam. When you want good roasted chicken and you want the skin crispy and not soggy, you need to let that steam and stuff escape. So to do that, you leave it uncovered in the hot, dry oven. Let this chicken, render out, and you want to let the steam release from this. So cook this in the oven in the middle of the rack, 380 degrees, uncovered. And yeah, I'm gonna put this in here for about 45 minutes, and then I'm gonna go ahead and check on it and make sure I don't have too much liquid in here. So this is about to go in the oven, uncovered. 45 minutes, 380 degrees. I will be back in 45 minutes to an hour. Okay, you guys, so this is after about 45 minutes. Do you guys see the level of liquid in there? Not too much. You see some of the ones on the top is darker than, of course, the ones on the bottom. So, of course, we're going to rotate this chicken some. In order to get the chicken nice and rendered down, you got to keep it constantly moving. You got to keep checking on it, and you got to just keep your eye on it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate some of this chicken, put some of these darker colored ones on the bottom, move the lighter colored ones on the top. And we just going, try to get all of this chicken brown. If you're doing this in a dish and you're only using one layer of chicken, you don't have to do all that. But since I'm making so much, I have to keep the chicken moving to make sure it's all caramelized. So, if you're just doing a single layer of chicken, right now, all you will be doing is flipping your chicken to the other side. But with me, I'm going to have to rotate this. So, I'll be back. Okay, so I rotated the chicken. I'll probably be doing this about 2 or 3 times until every side, every piece of this chicken is nice and golden brown and caramelized. If you're only doing one layer of chicken, you should probably only have to do that like 2 times. You should flip it on each side and then flip it again and roast it on the original side that you first put it in to caramelize the skin. Just make sure it's nice and rendered down. But of course, since I'm doing so much, I'm gonna have to do it probably like 3 or 4 times. So here's the first rotation. This is gonna go back in the oven. You see the liquid? It's not too much liquid. It's super flavorful. Do y'all see that? All that, man. It's gonna be some good chicken. But anyway, this is going back in the oven for about another 30 minutes or so, and then I'm going to check on it again.
2 hours later.
Okay, you guys, so I broke this down into a smaller batch so you guys be able to see better. This is done. If you can see, totally tender. Like, this is totally done. So right now, at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some minced garlic over here in, like, this sauce part. And I'm gonna move this over. I'm gonna go ahead and like spoon this over the chicken. I'm gonna keep doing that a couple times. See that? Yeah. This looks so good. And next I'm finishing this off with a little bit of parsley. So, yeah. Now I'm going to put this back in the oven. I turned the oven off. I'm just going to let that residual heat just crisp this a little bit more. I don't want the garlic to burn. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to put this in the hot oven. I turned it off, and it'll be done.
Why this make you feel like this? Girl, they know about. Come wine till you broke off your back. Broke off your back. Broke off your back. If you broke off your back. Broke off your back, broke off your back. Girl, you know you got the glue.
It is Liddy again. Florida biff in the tropic and Liddy again. All of my partners is poppin', you know that we Liddy again. All of the fours on college, you know that we Liddy